This is gonna be so relevant for you, bro. How I became 4 times more productive while living my dream and literally spending 2 hours a day on work. This is completely raw and out of my heart. How I just live my life, fulfill life with doing all those things by working, by hiking. Actually, I've just come from a 24-hour hike, literally without sleep, hiking 4,500-meter peak. The day before yesterday, I've run a race, 5K, my fastest 5K ever. And like, I'm productive as hell. Here's the proof why I'm 4 times more productive. Why grinding sucks. It comes down to summer 2024. I've discovered all that self-improvement stuff. I was just like you. Like, started out, 1 year passed by. I've done some NoFap, I've done some cold showers, I'm prioritizing my sleep, all of those things. I've launched this channel. 1 year passed by. I've got like 100 subs. I'm still grinding for it. I had such a disadvantage, bro. I'm speaking for a foreign audience with having like not so good English, having a bit of accent. But I wake up, I work, I eat, I work again. I go outside, I will listen to some podcast in the evening. I plan my tomorrow, I go to sleep. I'm just working, eating, working, going for a walk, planning tomorrow, and just doing that over and fucking again. You can think it is productive, but I had no friends, I had no hobbies, I had nothing. I would literally hike once a month, though this is basically my passion. I'm doing it right now weekly or 2 times a week. Back then, I didn't have no girlfriend. I just had 2 friends that I'm going to the gym with. One of them just betrayed me. Like, there was some shit happening and I was just left alone. Even a uni would be a good situation for me. I needed money, I needed socializing, I needed all of that. And working was not a fucking solution. That was shambles, bro. I've just listened to the advice of masses. Like, just grind, just work hard. 12-hour workday is fine, as Hormozi said, but never fucking worked out. I had good sleep, I had consistency, I had all of that. But it's not fulfilling. First reason was that I needed to work less. 8-hour workday is fucking bullshit. Even if you work in the office, you can get the same 8 hours in 4 hours. This is just a matter of how you work. This is the first step of how to live a fulfilling fucking life. Literally, working more makes you worse. If you think about it, there are essentials. There are essential tasks that will actually move your business. It is called deep work. Like, there's that one task that will actually matter if you just do that and nothing else beside. It would be better if you just record one video. Then you'll be looking at comments or making a new logo for 2 hours, for 4 hours. You can save up 6 times more time by doing the most important task, and the rest of the time, you're just spending it on yourself. It is weird, but creators do not have to work more than 2 hours a day. Even if you're a solopreneur, like I'm a solopreneur, just focus on what actually matters. This is the first step. It's not only for saving up more time. You're training your focus. You're training your commitment. When you're doing a 2-hour block and a 4-hour block, this is like doing reps in a gym. Just do 10 of them and you have a muscle memory on how to focus and just get done what you needed to get done in as less time as possible. Like, this is probably the most important skill. Action step I would give you is have 2-hour workday. 1 hour on deep work, 1 hour on shallow work. We've understood what deep work is. Shallow work is, on the contrary, it's everything besides that. Editing, making thumbnails, making logos, making titles, all of that shit. Spend 1 hour on that, 1 hour on that. You need to have that minimum requirement throughout the day. What you should get done. And try to minimize the time. If you used to get it done in 4 hours, try with every single day to make it in as less time as possible. When you hit the lowest of the lows, when you can get it done in like 1 hour instead of 4, then you're fucking perfect at that. So you need to make system to make it all work. If you want to pursue hobbies, if you're actually fulfilled when you run every single day for 1 hour, it will suck. It will interfere with your work. It will interfere with your relationships, with other things you want to pursue. So systems, bro. My workday is so structured. In the morning, I'm doing X. In the evening, I'm doing Y. After that, I either go to the gym, I either work. Then I go run, then I go cycle. I go hiking on weekends. Everything goes in harmony. Your day is fucking chaotic. If you don't have a system, if you don't have a routine, you're basically 2 to 4 times less productive. Why is that? When you overthink the decision, when you overthink what you're gonna do, it's just 2 times more efforts right when you start thinking about it. When you wake up and you're thinking, what should I do? This is friction. Not only it is a friction, but it eats your time, it eats your mental energy. Like, you have brain points. If you spend as less brain points as possible, you're gonna be as productive as possible, bro. It just comes down to sorting out your life, bro. I became 4 times more productive by putting the system, by understanding what are my priorities. Yes, someone tells me that there are no priorities, there is a priority. But if I have 5 essential things in my life, those are all my priorities. Health is somehow close to wealth. I need to train as much as I need to work because health gives me more lifespan to work. And the same with relationships. The more I'm fulfilled, the more meaningful conversations I have, happier and more fulfilled I am to wake up next day and smash my work. Do you get the point? Like, you have to have that complete balance. Everyone tells you to fuck that work-life balance. But bro, life cannot be just work automatically or by default. I used to think that work is life, but living your dream, still pursue everything is fucking life. So choose 4 main things in 4 areas of your life: health, wealth, relationships, hobbies. Pick just one in each thing. And what's the most important one? Probably wealth. You need to make money. Do that first thing first. This is the most fundamental rule I can give you in 1 year of creating content, of trying to be productive. You're getting married, you're having your first kid. I don't fucking care. You wake up, you just do the work first thing first. Then it's health. Like, you worked a little bit, you go to the gym. What about relationships? What about hobbies? Just come after gym, you do shallow work, and you go play some guitar and go on running. Like, my day is simple and plain. I wake up, I work, I go to uni, I go to the gym, I come home, I work again, and I run, and I socialize. Basically, all evening is for my desires. Just what I fucking want. This is just the tip of the iceberg. How to live an actual meaningful life. No one tells you to balance all of those things. Everyone tells you to be extreme. So then, easily sell your course. There is no extreme point when you can live it, when you can sustain it for years. I'm gonna just tell you a simple fucking point. If someone tells you to go super extreme into something, this is not forever. Extremeness will fuck you up. I've just came down to it successfully in like 1.5 years of working, of doing some self-improvement. It's been 2 years. This approach is what I've come to. Live in a bubble, bro. This one is so fucking crucial. Without that, I would never hike. I would never learn English. I would never do anything that I've done now. I would never start running. If I didn't commit to one lifestyle, if I didn't commit to 4 things in my life, I would have never done what I've done right now. Living in a bubble means you just do a few essentials in your life. You don't absolutely care about other things. Meaningful life is, first of all, just doing what matters to you. It's never been easier to just do things that actually matter to you right now. If you have money problems, if you're so eager to start rock climbing, if you're horny as fuck and you want to cold approach girls, just pick those 3 things and live by them every single day. This is how I became ultra obsessed with online business, with making videos, with hiking, and with running. I would just choose a season and I would grind all of that. Just think about that. Half of your day right now is wasted. 50% of your day, or even more, you're just doing things absolutely irrelevant to none of the parts of your life. You should be productive 100% of your day. It sounds toxic, but what I mean by that, if you've done some work, if you went to the gym, if you've done all of that, then it means you're productive. Because learning, reading, getting new experiences, hanging with your friends, those are things that will actually matter more than sitting at your desk and typing something or like just staring at your screen. This is not only the work. Essentially, it just saves his commitment units. Like, you have commitment units per day. Imagine it's 100. Every single time you stick to something, you spend commitment units. Choose 5 things, and they're relatively balanced, so you're able to achieve success in all of them. But just add a new thing. Just do 6 or 7 things in your life, and boom, you don't have enough commitment units to stick to it. So literally, you will do 7 things at the same time, and you will succeed in 0. You will absolutely fail if you do more than that. It's stupidly simple, but doing what you love 24/7 is the key to being productive. It was so hard for me. I was chasing that for over a year. I'm not promising no 10K a month. I'm not promising millions. I'm just promising you that you will live a fulfilled life by being 2 times more productive in like 3 or 4 weeks. Basically, full blueprint for procrastination, focus, time management, like flow state, how to sleep, how to eat, how to combine your hobbies. All of that is there. Let's move things with Yin Yang system. Like, let's talk about burnout debt. Basically, imagine the road path to $1 million. You're in a horse getting to the destination. Imagine a map, the old like fucking pirates map, when you have that little curve to the success. You go from different locations, you meet bosses, monsters, or something like that. And that horse is your body. Person on a horse is your brain, like system to manage it all. So you try to manage body to not burn out, to go to the point without getting exhausted, but still pushing as hard as possible. If you grind too much, your horse is just gonna lay down out of exhaustion and not even wake up because you've been pushing too hard. And if you add too much things, still gonna lay down with exhaustion. And if you're not doing anything, you're just staying in the beginning of the map. You can procrastinate, you can do shallow work, you can be lazy, and you're making so tiny progress that is basically laughable. So you need to find a perfect strategy to not burn out, to not do too little, to not procrastinate, and to balance all of that with hobbies. You have an internal battery. Every single day you're giving 100% of your energy. If you've slept enough, if you're having a routine, you had 100% battery. Those are allocated for you to basically live. You can do anything, but they're still gonna be down by the end of the day. And if you work too much in the morning, you're having a big project, you're spending those points faster, sooner. And in the midday, you're having basically zero energy if you worked whole morning. What your brain is gonna do, it's not gonna shut down, but it's gonna take those points from tomorrow you. And now you've spent 120% today, you took 20% from tomorrow you. And next day, you're gonna wake up with 80% battery. You don't have enough to live your basic day. So those 80% are gone by the midday. And now you need to survive the rest of the day. So you take that from tomorrow you. Again, you're in a vicious cycle because you've just burnt out. Every single day, you're being a bit sleep deprived. You work with some vagueness in your brain. What it leads to, you never know your potential. You're tired as fuck. You can never get the work done. So that's fucking miserable life. You have to learn that burnout, that creeps up to you. Every single time you overwork, you overdo, you take from tomorrow you. If you don't do much enough, you're just gonna scroll. You're just gonna scroll on social media. You're just gonna watch movies and your battery is still gone. So you're so much away from your progress. If you just postpone another day of working, another day of pursuing your hobbies, another day of running, another day of hiking, you're just delaying your fucking life. How miserable is that? Bro, you're literally delaying your dream life. If you scroll on social media, if you procrastinate, you have to find balance between procrastination and overworking. You have to have discipline to be disciplined and have discipline to be undisciplined at the same time. You need to have yin-yang system. Remember, I've talked earlier. Dark side represents feminine energy, chaos, emotions, feelings, and white side represents masculine energy, calmness, decisiveness, all of those things. This came from Asian philosophy. Either it's dualism or something like that. Those cannot live separate with each other. You have masculine and feminine energy. You can't have one by default. Man is by some percent feminine, and female is masculine by some percent. That's the same with your work. That dark side is working, is grinding, focusing, basically committing to that shit. And white side is relaxing, is chilling, is doing hobbies, is cold approaching girls. Those are inseparable. You do white side to basically recharge for the dark side. Imagine you're working and you spend all of your battery. You need to recharge, and that recharging comes from relaxing, comes from living your dream life by being fulfilled. This is so simple, yet everyone misses it. You do hard work in the morning and hard relaxing in the evening. You don't think about work, you don't think about nothing. So the thing is, you have to extract cortisol in the morning, dopamine in the evening. Cortisol is stress hormone. When you get positive stress, it actually adds up to your body, it adds up to your health. You get cortisol from working, having a cold shower, from running a half marathon. And in the evening, you do dopamine. You extract fun. You extract fun from consuming, from watching a movie with your loved one, from running, from, I don't fucking know. Like, just everything that comes up to your mind. Use yin-yang system. Live in a bubble. Just do things that matter to you. Have a system for every single thing in your life. Work less but do more. All of those things, they're just the tip of the iceberg. What I've told you to become 4 times more productive and living 2 hours a day. Like, this is the layout. But if you want in-depth explanation and just implementation from me, click on the link below. I'll see you there, or watch this video right here. Bye.